everyone. Welcome to This Day. It is Saturday and it's June 10th. Now on our show today, we sat down with Dr. John Hovnessian of Harvard Eye Associates, and he is such a great guy, always has great information and a fantastic doctor, so of course he's got some good info for us. Then we have the Republican Club with Ro Kendall and Siamak Karami, and he is the editor of the Southern California Epoch Times, and lots of great information. He's going to be speaking at their upcoming meeting, so you don't want to miss that. Let's go ahead and take a look at our weather, where we are still looking at partly cloudy skies for the weekend and into next week. Hopefully after that we will see some sunshine. So take a look at these numbers. Today 67-59, tomorrow 65-58, and Monday 65-57. If you're traveling, the beaches also look okay. 66-59, 67-61, 68-58, and Palm Springs is 91-63. Lake Tahoe, Big Bear, and Mammoth are all in the low 60s, high 50s, and Las Vegas is 94-70. Our sunrise this morning was at 5:40, and our sunset will be at 8 p.m. And I found this shot, and it's up on the Oregon coastline. Now, sometimes it can be very chilly on the coastline, even in the summer, but nonetheless, very beautiful. All right, when we come back, we will have Dr. John Hovnessian, so stay tuned.
Who is RadNet? You've probably heard our name and seen our commercials, but you still might not know who we are. RadNet is the largest provider of outpatient imaging services in the United States, with over 8,000 employees and almost 400 imaging centers in 7 states. Likely, if you have had diagnostic imaging, you have experienced RadNet's high-quality, cost-effective imaging services. With 35 years of expertise, RadNet is leading into the future with advanced technology and the very latest AI technology. We are positioned for the future of healthcare. RadNet, leading radiology forward.
Seniors fear running out of money more than death itself, and the #1 mistake you can make is underestimating volatility, which can derail your retirement. For 35 years now, I've coached seniors to financial independence by using 2 simple rules: never take big losses and create income along the way. It's your financial future. Call now to get a free risk analysis to ensure your investments are protected, and we'll send you our Safer Money System, 949-219-0692.
At Harvard Eye Associates,
we are committed to your vision care
and quality of life.
It's a commitment we don't take lightly.
Our trusted team of doctors provides specialized eye care using state-of-the-art technology.
We deliver what matters to you
and your family.
Harvard Eye Associates, the future of vision today.
Welcome back. We have Dr. John Hovnessian here on behalf of Harvard Eye Associates. Well, welcome back again.
So good to see you, and I'm a little sad this is our final segment together, Lisa, all these great years through the pandemic, through so much change, and we'll miss you very much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that, and I will miss doing this, but you know, riding off into the sunset to do some other things that I've always wanted to do. So.
And that's great. That's great.
Thank you. So we've talked to you about a variety of different things, of course, implants, LASIK, eye surgeries, eye diseases, just the whole gamut.
Yes.
And so today we're actually going to talk about a couple of different things that are really regarding some implants.
Yeah.
And so tell me a little bit about it.
So probably the most common condition that we treat is a condition that happens to almost everybody as we have birthdays, and that is cataract. Now this typically happens to the age group that is your viewers here in Laguna Woods Village. And in simple terms, cataract is a clouding of the internal lens of the eye. We're all born with a lens in the eye, just like a camera has a lens, and it gradually becomes cloudy, and when it reaches a point where it's affecting the way we see, we replace it with an artificial lens implant. And in recent years, we have not just one flavor of implant, but a whole bunch of different technology that people can choose to give them the kind of vision they want. Isn't that wonderful?
It is great.
So a lot of people going through cataract surgery end up seeing better than they ever did before and having less need for glasses. There's a cost for this, and we're really careful to make sure that, you know, we don't want anybody to feel like they're being sold to. We don't want anybody to spend money that's not right for them. But it's an important decision because whatever lens implant they receive, it's going to set their vision the rest of their life. Their eyes do not change for the rest of their life in any meaningful way, and so we expect that to set their vision.
You know, tell me a little bit about some of the costs. Now, I know people might say, well, I'm only going to go with whatever is covered by insurance, but sometimes that's not always the case because insurance doesn't really give you that much to have something that is the latest and greatest. So does Harvard Eye provide opportunities for people?
Right. So, you know, we want everyone to choose whatever technology is right for them. We recognize not every technology is affordable to every person, and so we think that understanding is the most important step so that you can kind of choose based upon what's right for you. And thankfully, insurance covers the biggest cost of having cataract surgery, which is the surgery itself. There's an operating room, and there's nursing, and there's an anesthesiology team and a group of technicians, a lot of equipment we have to use. Thankfully, all that's covered. So the costs that people are choosing to pay out of pocket are just that extra cost should they choose an advanced technology lens.
All right, good to know, because I think that was important for people to understand what is covered and what may not be covered.
You bet.
So now the three things that we're going to talk about is
kind of three categories.
Yeah, three categories. So pronounce the first one.
Yeah, Panoptics is one lens. Synergy is, you know, they're from two competing companies. One is Alcon, one is Johnson & Johnson Vision. Both great companies, both great products. And I want to be clear here that our goal is not to promote a particular product, but just so people understand and can understand by name. The blue, you know, so unfortunately, this is an oversimplification because it's really hard to simplify this into a single picture, a single slide, but it kind of conveys some of the ideas. So, you know, our vision, there's three common areas that we use every day. One is distance vision, seeing the mountains, seeing the road signs, watching television. Really anything beyond arm's length is considered distance vision for us. Your distance vision for me as I sit here. Arm's length is your car dashboard, your computer monitor on your desktop computer. Things that, you know, like the shelf in the grocery store is typically at arm's length, right? It's not here. Here is where we read. It's where we hold our phone, our magazine, or whatever we're looking at up close. That's near vision. And so what this chart is intended to do is kind of show how these different lenses can reach these different types of vision. So the first in blue, those two names, the Panoptics and Synergy, are two what we call trifocal lenses. They're designed to give all three of those ranges of vision. And it is a miracle because better than any other technology, they help people be free of glasses. There is a downside or at least a consideration with it. That's why I put a star to the right there to remind us that some people can get a little bit of starbursts with these lenses when they drive after dark. Point sources of light like headlights can cause a little, they can cause circular rings around the light that they see, and they can cause you know, what we call glare, which is like a starburst type effect.
But can't you get some sort of a driving glasses to wear to combat that?
They can help a little bit, but they don't eliminate it because it's part of the lens. So first off, we only are able to offer these lenses to people who have quite healthy eyes. If you've got, I'm going to say, significant dry eye or significant other problems in the eye, we may not suggest it at all, this type of lens, even though it's so appealing. Because what happens is when you combine one type of limitation, the starbursts, with another type of limitation, dry eye, it can really not do very well. So not everybody's a candidate for that first blue category of lens. The second category, what we call extended depth of focus lenses, and two common lenses now are Vivity and Symphony. Symphony you have to distinguish from Synergy in the first category. But those two lenses can kind of reach two adjacent ranges of focus. So if it's focused for distance, you can also see arm's length. And we can shift it so that it can be arm's length and near if a person desires. Or we can do one eye for distance to intermediate and one eye for arm's length and near. So there's lots of creative things we can do with that.
So what would they do with the third one then? Would they wear glasses?
Yeah, so in the third category, where we have what we call toric lenses, which are for people with astigmatism, or the light adjustable lens, technically we're only targeting one range. So again, you could do distance and near, but typically we're targeting one, and let's say if we targeted distance as we're showing on the screen here, you'd probably wear glasses for up close vision.
Okay.
So why would you choose that? Why would you pay extra for that lens? Well, you won't reach that with a basic lens implant if you have any meaningful amount of astigmatism, because astigmatism, which about 70% of us have, will make things blurry at all distances.
Yes.
And you want to correct it with your lens implant or some other manner when you do cataract surgery, if you want to have at least some range.
Right.
And then, not to overcomplicate it here, but the light adjustable lens is a particularly valuable lens we've talked about before for people who have, particularly if they've had prior LASIK or other abnormalities of their eye where it's hard to know exactly what implant is going to be right for them before surgery. With the light adjustable, we can adjust it after surgery. So even though it only kind of gives one category of vision shown here, it may still be the very best lens for certain people.
Right.
So it is simple on the chart, more complicated in the real world, like many things medical. But we think that the best way to sort of figure out, to demystify this for patients, is to understand their particular eye, come in for an examination and evaluation, and then look at their eyes and then help them understand what choices they have, so they can put that together with both the costs and the lifestyle considerations.
Right. And we've talked to a number of surgeons and doctors from your facility, and it seems like you have quite a few people to combat everything that's happening with everyone. So tell me, just before we head out, what are some of the doctors, like what is your main focus?
Well, our focus is the eye. That part is clear, as implied in the name Harvard Eye, and we cover all the specialties. We have limited services for children under age 8. That's just not a population that we have historically treated. But for adults and older children, we do really everything. Our focus is more on treating the abnormal eye, although we have lots of great doctors who do general eye care if you just need glasses or contact lenses. So we get a lot of referrals from eye doctors in the area for challenging cases, and we love meeting new people and love taking care of our neighbors here in Orange County.
And you also have a cosmetic doctor too, don't you?
We do. Yeah, we have just some great offerings there with a couple of doctors who treat cosmetic conditions in our practice. So it's been a wonderful experience to help people with their eyes. The eyes are so important to our existence, and we need to have confidence in who's taking care of our eyes. So we believe if we treat people like family, they will do well, and thank goodness we have such great patients who refer all their friends and relatives.
Yeah, oh great, and you have so many different options to choose from because technology is changing all the time. So
it is.
All right, well thank you so much. It was very nice to see you again.
It's a pleasure, and thank you for your wonderful service to Laguna Woods Village over all these years. You've been a real treasure for this community through the pandemic and through all those tough times. It's been such a pleasure working with you. Thank you.
Thank you. If you want more information about anything that we've discussed, you can always go to harvardeye.com 949-951-2020. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Harvard Eye Associates. We're focused on your eye care at all 3 of our Orange County locations.
Our new location in Laguna Hills, Orange, and San Clemente.
Each facility features the latest in advanced technology and diagnostic equipment.
And a trusted collection of doctors that care about your vision and your quality of life.
We deliver what matters to you and your family.
Harvard Eye Associates, the future of vision today.
Hi there, we're Orange County Labs. Please call us today for your VIP concierge phlebotomist in-home lab collection appointment. We simply come to you in the safety and convenience of your very own home for any lab test. As a covered benefit at no cost to you, we will draw your blood for your physician with results the very next day. One call to Orange County Labs does it all. We look forward to seeing you all soon.
Do you want the government to take control of your assets and your legacy, or do you want to take control? L.S. Carlson Law is well positioned because we have a team of estate planning attorneys. You call us, we sit down with you, and we will define what is the customized estate plan that properly protects your legacy.
I'd like to personally thank L.S. Carlson Law for all my family's estate planning needs. I highly recommend them to everyone.
Hi, I'm Linda Honey. I'd be happy to help you and your family. Please call us today.
Welcome back. Well, today we have the Republican Club. We have Ro Kendall, and we have Siamak Karimi. I know I butchered that, but I apologize. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And Ro, of course, as always, thank you very much. Now, you're going to be the next speaker that's going to be coming up at their event, but before we get to what you do and what you're going to be talking about, we're going to have Ro tell us a little bit about the Republican Club.
Well, the Republican Club is it's a club. It's a club, and we are all there together to celebrate family, faith, our Constitution, and we have like-minded members, and so we like hanging out together, and we're really into the Constitution and American, and we love it. So.
Now, last meeting you had Barnes, our sheriff. How'd that go?
You know, I wasn't there, unfortunately, because my mom got sick. I had to go to Florida, but
everybody showed up and it went well.
Good. We had rave reviews, and I did get a chance to see it on TV6.
Perfect.
So that was great. Yeah.
Perfect.
He's impressive.
Yes, he is.
Yes.
And let's talk about your meeting that's happening coming up.
Our meeting is going to be on June 16th, just for next month. We're usually the first Friday, but there was a scheduling conflict, and so we're now going to be there on the 16th, which is on a Friday also.
Okay.
And we have a very special guest I'm very excited about, Siamak, and we just love the Epoch Times, I'm sorry. And so that's why we're really thrilled to have him here with us today to give us a little teaser on what he's going to be talking about.
Welcome. Well, it's very nice to meet you. Tell me what your history is and what got you to this point.
To Epoch Times?
Yeah.
I'm actually from Iran. I grew up in Iran, moved to Mexico City, then I moved here. I went to University of San Diego, then I went to China, then I came back, built companies, and then I found Epoch Times.
Okay.
And I saw this nonprofit company that's telling the truth, is a news company, and if you've lived in many different countries, you realize the value of true information.
Yeah.
So then I decided to drop everything and join Epoch Times. And then I got assigned to come to Orange County and LA to build.
Not bad, since you already were at the University of San Diego.
Yes, I'm a San Diegan.
Oh, that's perfect. That's
Yeah.
perfect. You know, why is it important for the Epoch Times to do what they're doing today?
Especially today, we have become so divided, and average people have no idea what's going on.
Right.
The day-to-day people that don't know what's behind the scenes, we're fighting over issues, national issues that we have no idea, or international issues that we have no idea.
Right.
And there are forces globally that, like the Chinese Communist Party and countries like that have come into the media that are influencing us here.
Right.
So having a voice that's independent, that's free of advertisers' influence or other governments' influence or other ideologies' influence, that's for the people, it's really crucial.
Coming from the country that you come from, where there's an awful lot of restrictions, and possibly there isn't much freedoms. Do you find that today in our world that we're losing some freedoms?
We are absolutely losing a lot of freedoms. And the way, when I was in Iran, you can't talk about certain things. And when you're in China, if you say certain things, you get arrested and you get executed. And people say the government was right, you shouldn't have said that. And here we're going in that direction, but not, we're kind of doing it culturally. When the Communist Party took over in China, they actually used violence. They went after all of their traditional values through violence. Here, we're doing it through culture. And we're going after our history. We're doing a lot of things to ourselves, but in a non-knowing, innocent way. So that's what we are able to tell at Epoch Times.
Well, we might be able to call it a subliminal
Yes.
message, right? Where you continue to repeat the message over and over.
Yeah.
So what is the most important things that you're going to be talking about at the meeting?
The origin of the paper, how the paper started, and a lot of people want to know where did this
Yeah.
paper come from, and it started by a group of people from China that actually faced the persecution in China, and there's a spiritual practice called Falun Dafa, Falun Gong, is about living by truth, compassion, tolerance. They got persecuted in China, and nobody wanted to report on it. So this group of people started the paper with nothing, with no experience, no money, as a nonprofit here in the U.S., originally in Chinese, and then they grew it to English, and now we're the fourth largest paper in the country.
Yeah. Where's the headquarters at?
It's in New York,
It is in New York. Okay.
but we have a local office here in Irvine.
Oh, you do? Okay.
We actually just got a really big office in Irvine. It's like 26,000 square feet,
Oh,
and we're going to
fantastic.
grow a lot.
So are you going to operate like a traditional newspaper where, you obviously are going to have reporters and they're going to be reporting on a variety of different things, or how are you going to operate?
Exactly. We're actually we're doubling down on print. So we have a
Wow.
daily print in Orange County. We have local news.
Okay.
We have 10 reporters here. We're going to expand the reporters. And we have
Fantastic.
local, national, international, and lifestyle content. And our international content is very different because we understand China really well.
Okay.
Most papers don't understand how the Chinese Communist Party works. And so we report on things that other papers don't report on.
Well, the perfect timing there, Ro. You've got a brand new Irvine office going in. How did you connect the dots here and get him to come speak?
You're going to laugh. Pat Mycone said, I really want to get Siamak, he's the editor of Epoch Times. I really want him to come and speak to us. And I did see that he was speaking to a Republican federation down in San Clemente, was it?
Yeah, it was.
Yes, San Clemente. So I went to that meeting and I just walked up to him. I said, hi, here's my card. I want you to come and talk to our group. And that was it. He was so
wonderful.
receptive. And just a pleasure to work
That's
with.
great. I didn't screw up, so that I got invited.
Good job. Well, let's remind everybody again when the meeting is. It's going to be on June 16th, and it's going to be in Clubhouse 5. And of course, you have your social hour at 11. The meeting's at 11:30, and then lunch is at 12:15. And you're going to be speaking, of course, about the Epoch Times, and we appreciate it. And if you want to learn all about him, you need to go to the meeting because he's got a lot of great stuff. So thank you very much.
Excellent. Thank you for having us.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
And if you want more information about the meeting and you would like to make a reservation, you can always get in touch with Patty, and her number is on the screen. We'll be right back.
Are you or someone you know facing financial challenges from unexpected emergency expenses? The foundation of Laguna Woods Village can provide the temporary help you need. Meals on Wheels, adult day services, dental services, medical alert services, and ambulance contracts. Contact the Village Social Services at 949-597-4267 to see if you qualify. Neighbors helping neighbors. The mission of the foundation of Laguna Woods Village.
The Salvation Army Orange County is proud to be a leader in providing comprehensive care to families, men, women, young adults, seniors, and veterans in Orange County. Our shelters provide food, clothing, counseling, housing navigation, and job training. We also provide care through rent and utility assistance, food pantries, anti-trafficking services, adult rehabilitation, and youth programs. Donate today to help families in need and empower individuals towards self-sufficient life.
Our movie for today is called Restoration, and it is starring Robert Downey Jr. And this looks like a very interesting movie. It's about an exiled royal physician to King Charles II, devotes himself to helping Londoners suffering from the plague. And in the process, he falls in love with an equally poor woman. You can check that out today at 2 p.m. with subtitles, 6 p.m. without subtitles, brought to you by Providence Mission Hospital. Now, just a couple of announcements. Let's go ahead and show you that El Toro Road, there's going to be a ton of construction. Of course, it is an extended ramp closure that they're going to be doing on the southbound I-5 freeway right at El Toro Road. This begins on Friday, June 16th. So I just wanted to let you know about that, and we'll keep reminding you, and it's going to go for about a week, 10 days, Monday, June 26th. If you want to know more about that, of course, you can always go to octa.net. Then we also have a food distribution that is happening. That's going to be happening also on, it's going to be happening on the 16th on Friday from 9 a.m. to 10:30. It's through the United Methodist Church, but it's sponsored by Saddleback Church of Laguna Woods. You just show up, drive through, and get your groceries. Then one other thing I want to remind you of course, we spoke to the Aquadettes yesterday. They're having a Boot, Scoot, and Boogie fundraiser. The ever-famous Doug Houston is going to be there teaching you some line dances, and they're having a barbecue by Martinez Catering, and a no-host bar, and a raffle. June 17th, 5 to 8 p.m. Doors open at 4:30. Tickets are $35. You can get in touch with theaquadettes@gmail.com. Let's take a look at our weather for the rest of the weekend. Of course, we are looking at partly cloudy skies, and we're looking at about 67, 59, 65, 58, 65, 57. And of course, if you're traveling, the beaches are looking okay. You're going to have to find which beach is not going to have clouds. 66, 59, 67, 61, 68, 58. Palm Springs, 91, 63. Lake Tahoe, Big Bear, and Mammoth all around the 60 mark. Las Vegas, 94, 70. Have a great rest of your weekend. You can always rewatch our program at 12:30 and 5 Monday through Saturday, or watch us here on Village Television at 9 a.m. We'll see you again on Monday. Bye-bye.